Welcome back to Games Revealed. I'm James and also the Brink, and we're starting the stream out with me getting comfortable. And we are just going to, like always, give it just a few minutes as we trickle in the peeps and see what the peeps and the peepers and I guess the creepers and the peepers, that's a podcast, have to say. So, before we get too into it, something going on with my computer. Okay. Let's welcome in chat. You guys here? Let's see here. I know we started a little early. Okay. I think we're good. Unless, I don't think there's anything going on in the background or anything like that. Okay. Cool. So the agenda for today is we're going to be talking about some of the projects I have coming up. I'm not doing any projects at this moment, but because I got a job recently, I am a little bit more flushed with cash. I will be able to actually get stuff again. So I have a lot of ideas, projects, and all that to do. So I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. I also, right here. Okay, my chat's finally working. Welcome in Wolf, Theo, Campbell, Deck Cyborg, welcome. Glad to have you guys. And anyone else that pops on in, if you have not done so, make sure to like. Helps the channel grow. Is Theo, is something wrong? There could be something wrong. Rachie, welcome. And then let's get into so first up, let's do a poll. Are you playing Baldur's Gate 3? We're going to do a poll. So don't mind me. Going to do this poll real quick while we wait for peeps to jump on in, and then we're going to get in. Yes. No. Want to. Cool. Okay, let's get this poll going. If you guys can answer that, that'd be awesome. Wolf, I think they recently changed something to Theo. Yeah, my name is here instead of and the last. Oh, I'll be right back. Let me slip into something more comfortable. Are you talking about your name? Yeah, maybe they changed things up and now your name's there. Okay, so I've got amazing FOMO going on with the Baldur's Gate 3 stuff going. Amazing FOMO. I didn't realize how good it was going to be until it came out. We'll talk about this a little bit, and then we're going to get into all my projects and everything else that's going on. I promise we're going to have some pretty good next few months. But yeah, I saw how good it was and what it's about and everything. So we're going to, after this, a live stream on this channel, we're going to go over to Twitch and live stream that game, and you get to see me actually play it for the first time. I'm hoping that there's not too much nudity, so we're going to have to be a little careful there. But yeah. So let's get down to business. I also am curious, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Let me get this. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about which device I should get next. So we're going to be doing a field trip, of course. It's going to be a little loosey-goosey today, but I'm still going to share things. Let's see here. Let's get this doc going with chat, I believe. No, not right, chat. Here we go. Okay, we're switching over. I know. Let's see. We should do it like this. No. Give me 1 second. I have multiple. Here we go. I know. I moved. Okay, if you didn't notice, I moved rooms, and so I am all over the place today. Okay, there we go. There we go. What's up, Colt67? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so first up, this is how today's going to go. We're going to go through some of the news items I want to go through, and this is going to kind of lead into some projects I plan on doing. I know I'm a little loose with this whole thing, but let's talk about a few things of this. Of course, throw your stuff out into chat. I will try to answer as soon as I can. Whatever else, this is a Let's Chat, so I'm always looking to get feedback from you guys, as that is the lifeblood of this stream. First up, we got the Keytron, and you guys know how much I like the Keytron. It's been my recommended keyboard for portability for the Steam Deck. I really like this keyboard, and they have the first gaming keyboard is customizable Lemo key L3. I actually don't. That's just, I guess, the name of it or something. I don't know. But the crowdfunded keyboard is built to survive the abuse of competitive play, which is interesting. Honestly, my keyboards have been dying more than my mice have been recently. So my mice have been holding up better than my keyboards. I had to revert back to a keyboard. Well, okay, that's not fair. The keyboard I have right now, I just put water on it. I let it dry out for like a year, and it's working again it wasn't working when I let it dry out for a month, and then I just plugged it in after a year, and it worked, but my Razor just started dying on me. I've had it for about 3 years, and it's just, yeah, it was keys were sticking, and I unstuck the keys, and they still weren't working great. And so, yeah, I'm moving on and buying another keyboard in the next few weeks. But yeah, so that's where this kind of comes into play. I really like, you can definitely tell that this is like super, super well built. Wow. Okay. That's what we're going to get. It looks like it's put together. It looks like it's going to be pretty sturdy. Looks like it might be a little rough on the edges, and these edges do get kind of rough. My biggest gripe to this right here is it's portable. It has some of the hotkeys, which is kind of nice. It has a lot to it, but it doesn't have the numpad, and I know a lot of people don't use it these days, and I potentially wouldn't care, but I do use the numpad. Let's see. Is this gonna not show chat? Oh well. Cyborg, I'm addicted to Lunacid for now. Plays well on the deck and it's fun. First person dungeon crawler in the same vein as Kingsfield. Ooh, that sounds interesting, Deck Cyborg. Lomkey, hi. How's it going, man? What's up, Chad? I don't think Cat's there, but Chad and Baby. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, I am really curious. Also, if you have not done so, make sure to like. This keyboard, these are typically like functional keyboards. So this one has wireless connection with responsiveness of 1000 hertz polling rate, which it means it refreshes quite often, which can be draining on the battery, but I'm sure they packed a pretty decent battery into this. It is the Lemo key is coming out in October, and it's going to be around $189 for the bare kit, no caps or switches. And then you can, yeah, and it is also crowdfunded. We can go see the crowdfunding for this. So if you like the Keytron, which I quite like my Keytron quite a bit, then this is the right keyboard for you. It's not fancy, it doesn't have a lot of RGB or anything else typically. I do think it has light up keys, so you should be able to see it in the dark. It's not that. Yeah. I mean, it looks good. I like it. I'm not usually a keyboardophile, but I like it. What do you guys think? Necrosphere Brink, have you seen 8-Bit Do's NES and Famicom themed keyboards for only $99. I have not. We can go check them out. Necrosphere. Raichi, Baldur's Gate 3 is the first full price AAA game I bought since XCOM 2. Wow, Raichi, that is a big deal. That is crazy. Let's see here. Okay. It's a cool, okay, so this is a cool keyboard. I will 100% say, though, it would be something I'd get for a secondary PC. 100%. I really liked it. Ooh, I do like this one, though. And once again, I like the numpad on the side. I use the numpad a lot, but I'm also, I don't know. In development, I use the numpad. I don't know why. Just checking out chat real quick. Sorry. Yep, that Famicom keyboard is what I plan on buying myself. They're pretty slick, actually. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. 8 uncommon keyboards to spice up your typing. TechCrunch. Gotta get that SEO. Ugh, I can't do that blue one. I think I'd just be too distracted by it. Yeah, some of these are just like too old school looking and whatnot. I don't know if I'd spice up anything. This for sure, though. 8-Bit Do. 8-Bit Do has been coming out with spicy stuff. Let's see what they have. Retro receive retro. Okay, interesting. Does this make it so on the PlayStation you can play your PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2 wirelessly? So is it a Bluetooth adapter that you can plug in multiple controllers into? That is cool. I did not know about that. I might actually. Oh my gosh. What? Dude, we're going down the rabbit hole kind of stuff, getting me distracted. 8-Bit Do retro receiver. Yeah, I honestly will potentially get this one day. I really like that. I like the concept of, I have a PlayStation 1 and 2 that I'd love to try that with. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Okay. Without getting distracted. I do like their controllers. I don't own one of their controllers, but I do like them. I will be honest about that. I've thought about reviewing one eventually. A-B buttons like that. That's kind of cool, actually. I'm assuming these are Kel box white switches. White switches? I don't know if I've ever used a white switch. That's interesting. It's got the CRT TV, guys. It's got the not TV monitor, but whatever. You know. I love that mouse too, right there. Okay, this is some old school shit. I like that it has, okay. I can dig that. Does it light up? Does it have a backlit? It's not backlit, I don't think. I will have to say, let's see. Maybe I don't want to be a collector of keyboards, but maybe I'll start collecting. What do you guys think of this? Okay, I'm going to end the poll now, just so I can read chat from right here. LoJack, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if I haven't welcomed anyone else, welcome. Quilter, hey, how's it going? I have returned. The real name gremlins have been banished. The real name gremlins have been... Okay. Oh, okay. I see. Oh, no. Deck Cyborg, I can vouch for their controllers, have one of their pro controllers and haven't had a single issue in 2 years. Yeah, I've heard really good things about... I've heard really good things that Deck Cyborg. My biggest gripe to this is that it doesn't have the backlit, but I don't know if I have the choice of... If I have a $20 or a $200 budget for a keyboard, which I know that sounds ridiculous, I'd get one of these and get something else too. Plus, I will be like in the next few weeks. One of the projects is we're going to be building Suzie a new computer soon, so that will be one of the live streams, is that we're going to help Suzie build a new computer. So don't miss out. That's going to be an extra special episode of the stream, is having Suzie build her own computer. She's never built one before. Vine Smash. Wow. I want live chat, I guess. I want to see everyone's stuff. Everyone has good stuff. White Switch, maybe it's patent free. Maybe. I'm not against it. Or it could be extra clicky. I wouldn't put it past them to make it extra clackety. Necrosphere, Brink, they make quality products. Okay, yeah. Vine Smash, listen to your pod with Suzie. Good stuff. Thank you. She's going to be the next normal podcast, and then we're going to have a guest podcast. We're going to see how that all goes. The podcast is going to continue to release on this channel, but if it tends to have some issues, like viewership wise, like it's weird. If videos don't do as well, like when you release a video and it doesn't do as well as some of the other ones, YouTube's less likely to recommend your future videos in their algorithm, is what I've noticed. And so I don't know if I might create a podcast channel on its own and release there, but we'll see. Because it makes it kind of hard for specialty content, but maybe not at the same time. I'm going back and forth on that. I just don't want to kill the SEO too much. Vine Smash, I use a podcast listening app. Oh, glad to, honestly, more, I'd love to see, I want people to obviously watch it on YouTube. That really helps me, but I want to see people also utilizing those podcasting platforms, as it helps elevate and gets me funded on there too. Let's see, Deck Cyborg, YouTube's algorithm is bananas. Yeah, it's generous. You can kind of work with it. It's semi-predictable, and that's why, and it's also a slow time of the year too. And also super saturated market. Steam Deck and like some of the stuff we're doing now is just uber saturated. Raichi Pentium 4 is a good start for a new build. Yeah, I don't know about that, but I agree. Oh, should we be cruel? We should be so cruel. Don't tell Suzie this. Yeah, let's not. Oh, it's not typing. Oh, don't expose my, well, it's not like everyone knows my email now, it's almost unusable with how much spam I get. Pentium 4. Let's see. Should I get an old school Pentium? Oh, we can, oh my gosh, guys. We can get a really old computer and I can take it apart and have her put it together into a new, like get all the part. Okay. I could trick her. I could get the parts, put them all out for him, be like, hey, look at this brand new PC. And then she'll like slap in one of her games she's playing right now, and it won't play at all. It would be sad. Boot it up into Windows 95. Yeah, I don't know if I'm fully going to go this route, but I might get one of these really cheap PCs and do something as long as it's working. Damn. I have a hard drive that would work for that. I have a couple of spare parts for this. In fact, I have some older video cards too. Maybe it'd be worth doing some fun with this. Okay. Lojack, Susinator's overkill 4090 rig. No, she's not getting a 4090. Don't worry about that. If you have not done so, make sure to like, subscribe, bash that bell with your crowbar. And let's continue on with that. Loam Key 4090 needs to buy a fire extinguisher with it. Every 4090 needs to include a fire extinguisher along with it. Yeah. So I think we'll do that. I think we might trick her a little bit. Necrosphere can't do Suzie like that. She would probably damn it. We got got. Okay. Well, let's continue on and just act like nothing happened. Millennial Zeitgeist might be Suzie, so we're gonna move on. Yeah, I think I'm with you guys. When does this come out? Is this out? Can I buy this now? It's not compatible with the Mac though. Ah, oh, damn. Wait, is it legit not compatible with Mac? Which keyboard would you go with? I think I am going to get one of these. It's wireless also. Okay. It's got 2000 milliamp battery. Cool. how's it not compatible with Mac? That sucks. I Necrosphere, an emulation machine. Yeah, I definitely could. It's not a bad idea. Raichi, will you install the discovered bloat-free Windows 10? I mean, I don't know. I don't find Windows being that bloated. I know it is. Don't at me. I know it is. I just, it's more like programs I have to install. Like I installed Slack recently because of work, and it is not liking me. So yeah, it struggles. Yeah, gosh, damn it. She caught me. Okay, so interesting. So this came out. Did this come out a while ago? Ships on September 20th. Okay, so okay. Yeah. Which edition should I get? The N or the Fami? The Famicom. Chad's liking Windows 11 so far. I don't mind it so far, I'll be honest. I think a lot of people rage about things. I included, and it makes for good content. And don't get me wrong, I don't think Windows 11 is the best thing ever, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Chad's mind just got blown. Deck Cyborg's a femboy. Femboy, huh? Okay. Nah, I'm just messing. Edit, you are. That's fine. I just don't know if you meant it or not. It comes with the little buttons. The little bongo buttons. That's so cool. Which one's... I don't know if I could stand the, like, red on it, though. That is cool. We don't get... I mean... It's a femboy. Yeah, we don't... Lone Q, yeah, we don't Linux support like Mac. I'm not worried about the keyboard. It's probably going to work, right? I think it's going to work. Okay, let's continue on here. So, I know I'm in awe of this keyboard. Actually, the more at first I was like, nah, I don't think so. Now I'm like, I think I will. Vegeta, no. Vegeta, yes. If you've seen abridged Dragon Ball Z, even if you don't like Dragon Ball Z, that's an amazing YouTube. It gets a little racy in some of the episodes, but it doesn't hold up as well as I'd hope. But sometimes it's still really good to go watch. Okay. Or whine it. I hate to do it. Necrosphere. I got WinDoc OS installed on microSD card. It's good so far for playing Ubisoft and Forza 5, but I'm having issues getting it launched right now. Interesting. WinDoc OS. Have I? Oh yeah, I have not done anything on this. Have I? Let's see. Man, look at all these random people doing deck stuff now. This is so crazy. It's not random. I'm sure they're like drastically bigger than me. It's just crazy to see it. Oh yes. I really hate to say it, people. I don't think I'm gonna be doing tutorials. I might do some guides, but I just don't have the passion for it. Every time I've tried to create like 5 tutorials in the past year, and it has burnt me out. I'd rather just work on the app. I know. Once again, going off bases a little bit. I like tutorial. I don't mind doing. I just can't. I just don't know. I get into a stuck state when I do them. Okay, but this is cool. Step 1. We could always do it during streams and stuff like that. Hello, Jack. All these people doing deck stuff. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Step 1, formatting the deck drive. So does this allow you to dual boot? I mean, I'm going to say it and then I'm going to make guides, but I don't know. No, I like guides. Like tutorials, though, are a little bit less likely. I guess like I've had tons of people recommend doing tutorials and stuff like that. And I just I sat down to write the script and all that. And I just don't have the passion for it right now. They have cool stuff. That's for sure. I do like that they go super retro. That mouse is disgusting. This is like, what mouse is this based off of? I swear this is based off of a mouse that already exists. Isn't this? I don't know. Okay, so we they didn't do too bad raising the money. I like this keyboard. I just don't know if it's worth the money right now. Also, Alienware changes up their new. They're going with a refresh again. I actually don't mind the way Alienwares look. I think people give them maybe a little bit too much crap. At the same time, is that the way they're looking now? Okay, we have to go to Alienware. We're gonna circle around to a bunch of other stuff, so don't worry. Let's see here. Is that their new PC? I don't mind Alienwares. I just okay, this is their new PCs. I think this is their last gen. This is their new gen. I like the way they look. I don't like their proprietary system. I want it to be less uber proprietary, but I do think they're getting better. Personally, I just also depends on how much money you want to spend and all that. Yeah, it's not bad. I would have to say what stalled the most in the PC world, like PC building hardware and all that, is I feel like people love building PCs and all, but PC cases and some other stuff I feel like are almost worse than what they were 10 years ago. I feel like I could find a cooler and better case than I can now. It's ridiculous. It's really weird. Like, that's why I've kind of stuck with NZXT. It's very clean, very sleek. They're not as roomy as I'd like to be for how big they are, but my NZXT case is awesome. Alienware is not used to be after Dell bought them. Alienware is not the same after Dell bought them, of course, yes. No, they used to be a lot better, a lot cooler. I will still have to, I think people need to admit, though, that it's not a horrible choice if you're not into building your own computers. I think there are better. NZXT, 100% better. Everyone knows I'm kind of an NZXT fan. That's what my computer is. I've really liked it. So with all these pre-mades, you're going to be spending a little extra than building your own. But you also get a little bit better warranties and stuff, et cetera, et cetera. I just want to show this off. I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for Alienware. I always wanted one of the really cool ones way back 20 years ago, whatever it is, when they were not Dell Incorporated. Yeah. Also, the reason I'm bringing up some of these items is just they're fun talking points. That Cat Smith for you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. GameStop's NFT wallet will shut down in November. So, I've been in the Web3 space. I've done crypto stuff. I'm a programmer. I've done a gamut of a bunch of different types of apps, services, companies. I've been in this industry for 12 years. I'm slowly pivoting myself into game development. But yeah, that's what it is now. So when I see stuff like NFT wallet shutting down, even when they started the NFT wallet, I can guarantee when I saw this, I was like, yeah, this thing is going to not go anywhere. Partially because GameStop just can't commit and find good marketable ways to do stuff. And so I'm like, why would it how would it keep people's interest and whatnot? NFTs. Well, now I'll be honest, if we could have rallied around NFTs as a system for game accessories and content that could be portable in a specific sprite or 3D object in multiple games where it just kind of works, I think that would have been cool. There's a lot of different ways that NFTs could have been kind of a cool thing with it. That being said, there was no way GameStop was going to be the system to incorporate all these other companies to do it right. All the companies were doing it for money grabs. They weren't doing it for the right thing, and that's what killed NFTs. I think NFTs and the concept of digital assets in this is kind of cool. Greed is just never going to allow it for now. You're going to have a whole platform like Steam implement something, to be fair. Lomkey NFT, I stayed away from it. The idea was good, but it's used wrong to make fast money. 100%. There's a couple of things. NFTs and Necrosphere, awesome. It's a really fun game. It's basically Mario Kart with Garfield characters. Oh, that's funny. Before I kill anyone's interest more on this, it's NFTs. Once you saw the money grabbing and all the people that are just like trying to rush out and build these things that were inflated, that's where the false concepts of NFTs, non-fungible tokens, are an interesting concept and I think are very valuable. And in all reality, technically, we already have something like that. It's just a special way to do it with the blockchain to make it decentralized. So it is what it is. Oh, Necrosphere, I'm not even going to say it. This controversial thing. There's a certain, hopefully, thing that goes through to alleviate some, honestly, yeah. I wish student loans and college debt or colleges were paid for. Okay, so I know, controversial take. Devolver Digital will probably delay a bunch of games in its next showcase. This is the smart move. If you want to see some smart marketing, this is it right here. 100%. All these games that are coming out that are like they're just half done, half finished, are not looking good for them. It's not looking good when Last of Us comes out or the new Star Wars game, Jedi Survivor comes out, and it doesn't. Oh, I still need to buy that. I will get that and I will play that, LoJack. Just so you know, we'll get to playing that in the next few months. It's sad when your marketing campaign is, hey, we're delaying this so it works well. That being said, you better make sure it works well when it does come out. The likes of Skate Story and the Plucky Squire could be moving to 2024. Devolver Digital has cultivated a name for itself over the years as a publisher with an offbeat approach to marketing games. To that end, it has announced a Devolver Delayed event, which is called the first ever showcase celebrating games that are courageously moving into 2024. It seems Devolver will try to have things both ways by pushing back some release dates and at the same time poking fun at the never-ending spat of game delays. You'll be able to watch the stream below. Yeah, it also makes fun of that too, because there's always game delays. As games get more complicated, expect them to just have delays and stuff. It's so hard to say it's going to come out this time and then try to market. People want to complain, well, why don't you just wait until it's done? The marketing engine, how things work, how people perceive things doesn't work that way. You might think you perceive that way, but you'd be surprised at how much marketing and stuff gets to you before the actual game comes out. And so they can kind of push and prod and showcase things, especially over other things, because everything's in today's world, everything is marketing and trying to compete with each other for your eye space. Your eyes, your brain, your face, your body can only consume so much media, including this stream, that it just won't. We're all competing. I'm even competing technically with some of these other places, and you're not even, like, right now you guys might be playing games or watching me. I'm competing for you for something maybe on TV or another YouTuber, and so I'm glad that you guys are watching, so thank you. But yes, it is definitely. What does this sound like?
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to Devolver Delayed.
It's been an amazing year for Devolver.
It's always great at Devolver.
And we have some exciting news about next year.
This year's delays.
That's right.
Some of our brightest upcoming titles are finding their way to 2024. It turns out, making a game that jumps between 2D and 3D worlds also has to account for the fourth dimension, time.
The Plucky Squire is moving to 2024 with more delightful surprises and adventure galore.
Hey, that rhymed.
Upward mobility in the fast-paced arena of corporate violence comes to the forefront as developers pain trying to nail every trick in the book.
Of the damned.
Skate Story is grinding its way to the year of our Lord 2020.
The lightning-fast first-person shooter Anchorfoot keeps getting angrier and footier as it kicks its way into next year.
Fuck yeah!
Those geniuses at Free Lives really
It's a little
know how to
cheesy,
make
but
every delay
I don't mind it.
worthwhile.
And finally, our first delay announcement.
It's about time.
And it's a really good one. Pepper Grinder from RH will be
Pepper
digging
Grinder
and
sounds
diving
like a
into
kind of a fun
2024
game, actually.
like an auger.
An auger, huh?
Okay, we don't need to watch anymore. This is a good way to do it, I think. I think it's a little cheesy, but at least it's fun. Cat Smith, for you, I'm going to be listening to the streams while I play games. I just got it released on the 8th in early access. The game is called I Am Future. It's set in a similar environment as Raft, but much different than Raft. Okay. I like Raft, actually. I really liked playing it the other day. So I did see I Am Future, and I actually saw you pop up playing it earlier, so I was kind of curious. Cascoder, welcome. He was our latest person to be on the podcast yesterday. So, and then Rachie, thank you for the $1.49 in Canadian dollars. Yes, no, thank you. Means a lot, and I like the pie. Instead of cake, we've got pie this week. Is the pie a lie? Lumkey, games can get too complex if they're trying to build new tools for their own engine, but if they're using Unreal 5 and the rest, it should not have so much tech problems if that's the problem. Well, no. So games need to have new mechanics, interactions. So when you create new mechanics, create interactions between assets, between guns, between everything, there's a lot of complexities that can lie into it if you're doing an open world system, which Unreal is not the best at. It's getting better. It has built out tooling to do that. But as we get into it, that's complexities in an open world environment. Like, that's where Cyberpunk got screwed over. They did not do proper memory management, so they weren't cleaning up events or other things that were occurring. So when you'd leave somewhere, they would kind of loop and then like eventually destroy your performance, or vice versa. You'd come back and the event loop would go back in and it would just look horrible. Next Sphere, definitely better than putting out an embarrassing apology letter after taking everyone's money. I respect that. For me, here's my take on the whole thing. As long as they're delivering a game to me and it's going to be before I die, and even if I did pay for a pre-order or whatever, and it's something I'm excited for, and they deliver at the end of the day, sure. If it's a game that I've waited for a long time, it's a super big disappointment, then ugh. Wait, what? Like the Mortuary? I like the Mortuary game. Oh my gosh, Coulter's against the Mortuary game. He watched me play it twice and now thinks that's all I play, which it is a fun game. I've played it like 2 or 3 times on this. I now stream on the Brink's Twitch, TH3BRNK. If you're not subscribed there, make sure to do that. So, yeah. Oh, also, just a note, if you're not a member yet, the best way to help the channel is to either, I think we're going to be doing a Patreon or Ko-Fi or something like that. But the best way to help the channel is either one of those once we get there, or it is to, become a member of this channel, and you're going to get the extra content from the podcast and all that. Susie's going to be doing some more playthroughs, and then also we have each podcast episode is going to be coming with a bonus episode portion of it. So the podcast episodes are about an hour long, and then the bonus is about 30 minutes to an hour, typically about 30 minutes though. Necrosphere, one word, Golem. Ooh, Golem was pretty bad. Cascoder, did you talk about Red Dead Redemption yet? No, I did not. Let's see. Can I spell today? Actually, my computer's being a little... what is the news? Commercially accurate. what is this, like a power grab or something like yesterday, Take-Two Interactive and Rockstar Games announced that the Red Dead Redemption and Zombie add-on Undead Nightmare is being ported to Nintendo Switch and what? To the Nintendo Switch? That is awesome. Is it coming for PC? Okay. And with its $50 price point, which I don't have much issues with, especially because, I mean, it should be more like 30, but it is what it is. People don't need to buy it again, especially considering it's missing multiplayer and PC release, plus it's already playable on the Xbox Series. Yeah, don't buy it. Is it just an HD upgrade? I mean, it's dumb of them. If you really want to treat your IPs well, what you want to do is, yeah, John Richards, there's no PC port, that's where it kind of pisses me off. That's kind of a joke. Okay. And maybe because they're a little afraid of like everything that's been released on PC so far has been like doing okay, depends. Like if it doesn't support deck well enough, it gets flamed pretty hard. But holy shit, why? I mean, it runs on Nintendo Switch, so it's got to run on the PC fine. Gosh. That's probably the part that like weirds me out the most is why don't they have a PC port? It's a straight port. Yeah. Yeah, Rockstar really doesn't. So if you care about your IP, you're going to want to probably clean it up and do a really nice job of maybe even doing an HD or like a UHD, Ultra HD, whatever it is, like a 4K kind of port or something like nice texture package. Honestly, that game looks great or looked pretty good as is. So if they just did a texture upgrade, awesome. So no enhancement in Cascoder. Yeah, for $50. Yeah, that kind of is a little bit of a price grab. 30 FPS. Is it locked at 30? It's locked at 30 FPS on PlayStation 4. What? It's a straight port, and this is the long shot. They can't make an online port if it sell you to stuff to be overpower. Necrosphere, no, 60 frames per second. It's the exact same game, just ported to PS4 and Switch. Absolutely money grab because you can play the game PS5 backwards compatibility and Xbox. Yeah. What? And you can emulate it on your Steam Deck and all that, right? Yeah, that's ridiculous. Casper 3, I think the most recent extra podcast part was public, or at least when it was released. Yeah, that Casper 3, I accidentally did that. So a lot of people got to consume it day of, and then I put it behind a member. Is this because, so YouTube has been around for 20 plus years, or no, maybe not quite 20 years. They have not put in proper membership stuff. So I can't like delay release a member only video. I always forget that, and I always put it delayed so it releases at a certain time, but then it goes live to everyone. And then like with the podcast, I'd love to do an early access for the podcast of like, okay, it comes out, it's available for members only for like the first 4 or 5 hours or day, and then it releases automatically. And that's why I go back and forth on early releases for my videos, because I forget and then it doesn't go out. Like I don't, I do have ADHD. I know some people don't want to believe that it exists, but yeah, my brain does not remember certain things very well. And so if I think, yeah, I can do reminders all I want, but sometimes it just does not work well. Okay, enough about me and my whatever I am. Okay. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption's ridiculous, and I just can't believe that they're doing that. Like, once I learn more about it, I'm pissed, actually. That's pretty bad. Yeah, maybe I'll have to do a video on that. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's video. My last thing on this is that Rockstar, you got to care about your IP. You got to treat it well, or else you will eventually, like, essentially what's happening, even if you're doing well and you're like, well, you know what, why you don't have to? We're flush with cash. We're getting so much money. We've got the GTA kind of style going on here, just looting everyone's money from all these cash grabs of like GTA Online, all that. You're leaving money on the table. I'm not going to buy this. I already have a PlayStation 3 version with the DLC and everything, and I have a PS3. I can emulate it to on my Steam Deck or wherever I want. Why would I buy this? Like, if it was on, even if it was on PC, I would maybe more likely get it. You might be able to convince me, but anywhere else, it's just like Switch. I can kind of get the Switch. The Switch one, I'm not like going to get too mad at that one, but you really, by not putting some effort into it, you do leave money on the table, and you could be paying developers and people that need jobs as things are layoffs and all that are going on to do this, and you'd be funding people instead of just looking at the money. Like, I do hate companies getting too engrossed in profits. Don't get me wrong, money and all that does drive things, but greed in a creative world just does hurt stuff too. That Smith free. My brain also doesn't remember things. Some things I remember great, just other things not. And I can't reliably rely on it. Sometimes I'm great, sometimes I'm not. It's not reliable, so I have to be careful. So yeah, we're not going to cover this one or this one or that one. This is an interesting one. So Discord did team up with Xbox, and now you can stream your Xbox games now directly to Discord. I think it's like, yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you have Discord on your Xbox or whatever, you can stream them. Stream your game. And I believe you can play it from Discord too. So, which is kind of cool. That's cool news. Let's move on. I still have stuff to talk about. I still have to talk about projects and stuff. Rachie, remember when Atlas were telling people to not emulate Persona 5? Yeah, well, Japanese developers and all that stuff are very interesting when it comes to all that. They're very particular about how you play their content. They're a little too extreme on the creativity side of like, no, the creative person owns every right to whatever and how you consume it. There's a happy medium. Loam Key depends on if the Switch port is good. Well, I mean, it's Red Dead Redemption, so there's still gonna be bugs. But yeah. Loam Key won't be long. Microsoft buying disc 100%. I bet you they've already offered at one point, and there was a reason they couldn't get it. I would be really shocked if Microsoft doesn't buy Discord at this point. PC even via emulation is better. Yeah, 100%. And can you get 8? Let's see. Let's see. HD mods. There might be with an emulation. This might be Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's going to be a little harder to mod Red Dead 1, especially if it's a PlayStation port. Okay, let's get back to things. Oh, maybe we're done. Yeah, we're not going to cover anything else. Yeah, let's talk about projects. So, projects-wise, what I have coming up. Oh, well, okay. Let me know, chat. Let me know which device that's coming out this year would you like to see me buy and do a full test and everything on. I'm not amazing at it. I'm halfway through editing a video that I made 2 months ago on the GBD WinMax 2, which I really did like that device. But let me know. But honestly, the Neo Kun, and I'm not gonna say it any other way, Kun is one that's from a aspect of what's included with it is pretty baller. We got that, and it's the I Neo recently that I'm like, the S2 or the 2S, the Neo 2S doesn't look bad. I want an 8-inch screen, and I want that battery to pair with it. I want this, 100%. I want this, and I want it to be able to use SteamOS on it, and I think I could get SteamOS to work okay on it. The Neo Air plays SteamOS okay, but it has some issues. Oh, did I miss something? Wait, Brink, the mod. Brink, I still think we needed to do a Twitch integration game on Twitch. Yes, we will do that 100%, Wolf. Maybe we can chat about that. So when we go over to twitch.com after this, we can chat about that while I get things set up and all that over there about integrations. I will be having a little puppy shooter. This is a little sneak peek of like twitch.tv. I will be streaming Mondays and Fridays for sure in the afternoon or evening because my work schedule. I will have a puppy shooter, so it's not going to shoot the puppy. Don't worry. That sounds horrible. Oh, God. No, it's going to be one of those little treat things. I'm going to program it to where when you spend points inside of Twitch as you watch, you can feed Loki, and I'll have a little camera on him so you can watch him. You didn't talk about the mod for GTA 5. Yeah, I apologize. Okay. This is a really cool one, and Wolf rightfully so called me out. We're going to get into all this. GTA 5 AI mode allows players to speak to NPCs. Block's new mod pushes the boundaries of GTA 5 NPC interaction as AI-powered banter takes center stage. A modder with prior experience in AI modifications, Block has recently unveiled a novel mod for the Grand Theft Auto 5, enabling NPCs to engage in AI-driven conversations with players. Video Game Chronicles was the first to... This is interesting. If you could tie this into GTP... I need to stop it. Because I am a programmer, I'm like, I could do this. Like, I've done game development and all that. Like, I've never modded. Modding is a little different. Oh. It would be fun to tie in the GTA 4 stuff with some parameters. So with GTA 4, you can train things to, you can train it in such a way that it will have a very clear set of, like, you're an NPC in Grand Theft Auto, you're a bot, answer in this type of criteria. So you can set it to that kind of boundaries, but it will be interesting. Let's see. I do worry about watching this.
With AI characters. So no more typing long sentences. Depending on which one needs the attention, voila, we already got his attention, and now we can just speak. Hey, what is your name?
They used to call me Sledge, but these days I'm just Officer Thompson.
And what is your first name?
The name's Frank, but around here they mostly stick to calling me Sledge.
And why is that?
Well, you see, back in my early years on the force, I had a reputation for swinging my baton like a sledgehammer, hence the nickname stuck.
That's funny. Cascade of the Tech is mind-blowing. So here's the problem with that. You couldn't put that in a mainstream game. As a mod, it works amazingly. And in the mainstream game, this is going to... Unfortunately, it's just a little too laggy, and some of the responses, it needs to be trained a little bit better. This is amazing, and I actually will say this type of tech right here is potentially going to be in games in the next 5 years. I'm going to give a 5-year, if not sooner, but people are going to see this. I guarantee you companies are going to see this. Some devs are going to see this and be like, let's try implementing that somewhere. We could use a trained version of ChatGPT or something like that, or probably could even do some trained already existing, because like with Phasmophobia, you can talk in that and the ghost will respond to you. So there's a chance that they could program in, like, let's say 10,000 responses. And all you have to do is trigger it and have the AI detect when you talk what kind of trigger it should be, or it could say, I don't know. It would be really cool if it was quicker, where you're like, hey, what you up to? And it does a little bit more natural, what up, dog, kind of thing, or whatever you want to do. I don't know. It'd be really cool. Frank Castle deck cyborg, that is. Lomke, it's good. I have problem Google understanding me. Raichi, you walk in the streets and the start to treat your Lamar. Oh my gosh. The True Blue Vantage, dude, I'd around I'd be like, who is your daddy and what does he do? I mean, that would be the fun part about doing that. True Blue Magic, dude. Cast Cutter, yes, you can put it in a retail game. The tech will get there. This is just early. Get a writer and parameters. It'll respond quicker soon. No, well, the tech's not baked in properly. I have a feeling that they're using, maybe potentially the mod is using probably an online system, so it's going through, and there's going to be latency with it. If it's not done more on a local level, some of the transport, in fact, it might even be the audio generation of what's happening. That's taken a while. Some of the stuff like that you saw here, actually a lot of it. It is impressive now that I think about it, to get the recognition, to then get the processing of for the response, to generate a response, then get the voice created and come back to you. Some of that's going to be hitting APUs. Your GPU will be cooking when it happens. Kind of. Depends on if they offload it to local or not. What about Gatebot, the anime girlfriend? It's AI based. That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah, so Gatebox. Yeah. Fun story. Okay, I didn't use it. People are not going to believe me now. I used to learn some Japanese. You know those like anime, it's like an anime girlfriend thing, but it wasn't. It was just some character I could chat with on my whatever phone I had when I went to Japan like years ago. I used it to just because you could talk to it and respond to you, and that's what I used to like try to figure out how to talk in such a manner to where people should be able to listen to me enough. It was a weird way to do it. It was fun though. I think that bot wasn't like any type of sketchy bot, but I think some people were, I don't know, kind of a fun little story, I guess. Okay, let's move on to INEO. Back to it. What were you guys saying? That mod is cool. I do think it's the future, eventually. I also don't know if people want to be like in the middle of public and say something and have it like try to talk to it in public. Hey baby, how's it going? Want to come back to my place? You want to get in my car if it's GTA? And I don't know if people want to hear that. Privacy of your room. Yeah, when does this come out again? I don't know if we ever got an announcement, did we? Just coming soon. There is the I always forget on all. I know I did a video on this. I forgot already though. Do we even? Oh wow! This with the way this is spec'd out, I have a feeling this is coming soon. Like meaning, I bet you it's going to release in the next month or two. Gatebox. I love that part when they text you in the video. Lol, we are doomed. I've never used Gatebox. I just heard of some stuff. Wolf. Brink didn't use it. Girlfriend bot at all. I'm not. You learn. I'm not going to read that because I don't know what that is. Oh my god, cast coder. Chat is devolving. Taki Uden made a video about the Yanio-kun. The Yanio-kun? Yeah, he did. Oh, he did a recent one, didn't he? Yeah, so, okay, projects. I'll go over projects real quick. Maybe we can go look at the Taki Uden. Oden. It's whatever. So, yeah, I'm going to be getting a new device for sure. I was thinking about getting the ROG Ally, but I think it's run its course on content. I really do. I do like it, but I do think it's run its course. I do think I'm going to, or, INEO-wise, this is the thing for me. I like the 8 inches. I like everything. I think this would be a good all-around Steam Deck 2 replacement device. We'll see how much it costs, though. Lumkey, this steps up the Steam Deck. It looks bigger. Yeah. we got I'm getting a message. So throw me off a little bit. So I got that project. We got the Suzie building project. So we're going to build some Suzie stuff. We're going to do skinning of the deck. I've been dreading it, but I promise we'll get it done. And then we also will have projects along the lines of, I want to do a server, a game server, or like a game storage server or a media server that will also include games that I can play from my Steam Deck or my PC that will be on the LAN on my like local area network, hooked up over there. I'm going to do it like a pretty big size one because I get tired of reinstalling games. So we'll do like a stream on building one of those, building it out. We'll stream, like if I get the INEO device, we'll do streams on like getting SteamOS on it, doing all that other stuff. So the nice thing about getting some of this hardware is that I'll be able to make a lot of content out of it. And a lot of it will be streams because I think you guys like the journey of seeing if I'm going to screw something up. I kind of like the journey too, and that's why I do it. Coulter, oh sure, buy a device no one has and make a video about it. And I'm sure that will be successful. Buy a device no one well, I can't buy it until it's out yet. No, I buy a device and I do streams and certain things on it. Steam Deck is super saturated. Everything is super saturated right now. So I'm going to do unique things that I find fun and entertaining is kind of what I'm going back to a little bit more. Necrosphere, I'm calling $1,500 to $2,000. Yeah, I'm not going to spend that much. So if it's $1,500, I'm not going to get it. There's a good chance it will be. I think it's going to be $1,000 starting out. I think because of the battery and the screen size, it will be that. Because with the specs and everything, well, the trackpads might add some extra to it. So $1,200, we'll say $1,200. John Richards is to entertain and inform. Yeah, no. And I think this is one of the bigger devices for the year. It could be pretty expensive, though. Cascader, I need to swap my motherboard and pop my old PC stuff in 3070 into a what will be a NAS. Oh, nice. Have the parts, but have been lazy. Yeah, I have a lot of projects. With money comes more projects, and I have more money coming. So, I also have, like, for streams and stuff like that, it won't be something I do every day. Necrosphere, their other devices are more expensive than that already, though. I don't think they are, though. Well, you're right. Maybe I'm wishing too much, but I'm just talking about the base one. So if we go to INEO, what is up? Their site sucks. Maybe I don't want to buy anything from there. They don't even have a return link on their logo. Okay, I'm seeing it from this angle. I don't know if I like it as much, but I think this is the one I want. The INEO 2S, how much do you cost? I'm just saying, if I'm going to be getting another device that's going to be comparative to the Steam Deck, would you rather me get an ROG Ally, or would you rather get me some, like, have me get something that's similar to something like this, or One X Player 2, which is also another one I'm kind of thinking about. John Richards, hoping those trackpads are on point. Otherwise, I'll stick with my Steam Deck. I don't use trackpads. I mean, I'd use them more than I think. When I did like the INEO Air, I did miss them using SteamOS on it. Yeah. How much is this device? Man, where's your marketing? You can't have a marketing. You're supposed to. Okay, pre-order. Let's see. What is the INEO 2S? 1S, 2S. 9. Okay. So we could probably realistically say, because of those prices, it'll be about $1,200. Let's say $1,200 for the base one. Lomkey, depend which one that don't kill your micro SD card. I probably wouldn't use micro SD card in it. So problem solved. I know people are like, I feel like the micro SD card is a big issue, and it's semi-solvable. Because it's because of heat, right? So they've released some software to help with it. I'd assume if you open it up and put a heat pad or like a what are they called? essentially a pad between to prevent heat from it overheating, to deflect heat and all that, might actually fix it. This is one of the videos I could have done, I guess. I would probably slap I'd go into the ROG Ally and just slap in a bigger, like 2 terabyte drive probably, and not use the SD card. If I was using it for common day, everyday things and all that. Thermal tape, yeah. John Richards. Thermal tape. They're shielding, thermal shields. They're shields, okay. Yeah, thermal shields that also help with Wi-Fi and all that. I'd potentially do something like that. Or there's just other things that could potentially be done. Gondorian Slayer, is Ion Neos worth getting? I think they look good. And I've gone back and forth. I think the Ion Loki is kind of dead in water, even though I think yeah. I just don't. They do have front-facing speakers. I will have to give them that. I don't think people realize how crappy Ion Neo speakers are, because they're typically down-facing. They mess with my ears so much. They're so weird. At least the Ion Neo ones. I don't know about other down-facing ones, but the Ion Neo ones for sure. I guess the Ion one wasn't too bad. But yeah, front-facing speakers, kind of a big deal for me. Not everything is. And it's just with the Ion Neos I've tried. They were really weird. Even 2 terabyte 2230s right now are like $170 or something like that. They're not that expensive, albeit that is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but they're not like crazy expensive. Quiltzer, that sounds like a good video if you only had an Ally. Yeah, no, maybe I'll pick one up. We'll see. It's also a theoretical thing, Quiltzer. Like, if it doesn't work out, then I buy it. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind. I want an ROG Ally. But if I had the choice to spend the money, I don't know. I am really skeptical on the whole thing. We'll see when we get there. The 1X Player 2, Wolf loves the 1X2s. I will already put it, I don't see anything worth getting the Ion Loki for. I don't think it's almost been a year since they said they would be releasing this thing, and it's not out yet. That's how behind they are. Actually, maybe you can buy it. No, it's still pre-order. Okay. I do have some money pre-ordered on this thing. How much money did I put on this? I wonder if I can get it back. I know a lot of people are excited about the Ion Loki. I don't know. I think people will still buy it. I just kind of consider it kind of a dead in water brand at this point. I'd go with something like the 1X Player 1 or Ion Neo. At least, or the Ion Neo. Yeah, the Ion Neo. At least they can commit. Why did I put X? It is what it is. I do think their next device coming out, like this one that we talked about, I think a week or two ago, that ETA Prime did. I actually really like this version. So, Wolf, I would potentially get this one too. Now, the problem with the 1X Player 2 Pro EVA is that it still doesn't have the Oculink. I'd love to see an Oculink port because I want to do a lot of like VR and other things with it. I would like to have more, yeah, I'd like to have, I want more ports. That's another reason with the, I don't know if the, is the Ion Loki, or sorry, not the Ion Loki, but the Ion Neo Kun, is it going to have the Oculink port? I don't know. That's kind of a big deal for me because I want to do a lot of different experimenting with whatever device I get next. Well, albeit the RG Ally has a proprietary system, I don't know if I want to buy a proprietary device that I can't use with multiple devices for testing for the channel. Because you can kind of think of this as I'm investing in content for multiple streams, right? I actually do quite like this. And the memes for this are if you've seen the show, are just brutal. Yeah, honestly, it's a sick device. It's that's the 1X Player 2, the updated 7000 series with the and then you have the 1X Fly, which I talked about a few weeks ago. It doesn't have the removable controllers. It looks nice. If I'm going to go with this form factor, if it doesn't have the OcuLink thing, I think I might go with something else. I do like, so the one netbook right here. It doesn't have a gamepad. That's what I was going to say. This kind of beats out the GBD WinMax 2, but yeah, well, let's not go down into that. We can go down into some pretty deep things. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Make sure to @ me if you really want me to see the comment, or else I might skip by it. Gondorian Slayer, I hear a lot of interesting stuff about brand qualities of Chinese handhelds. I heard something GPDs had worms in their system. Gross. Like literal worms is pretty nasty. The GPD. So sourcing, there's so much stuff that can happen with all this. And I think our government, ours, the U.S. government's trying to do more and more tech in locally, so it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Obviously not everything. Taiwan's the only country, from my understanding, that does like semiconductors and all that stuff really well. They kind of almost have like a monopoly there. But as far as stuff created in China, it's just that the problem is 1X Player, INEO, they are all shipped and supported from China. ROG Ally has a distribution system. People don't realize what that means. Maybe I should do a video on that and explain like what the differences are. People want to crap on certain brands, but these big brands like Asus has a distribution system. They can distribute and support things very easily, comparatively, that is. Meaning they have a ton of them here, or even Best Buy. If your device breaks, you can go to Best Buy and replace it, essentially. But yeah. John Richards, I think they mean malware worms. Real worms wouldn't fare too well with the heat. It was what are those ones that will survive in space? We don't need to get into that. Yeah, I kind of figured it was a worm, so a worm would be more like a tunnel, so it would allow them to steal your information and do all that stuff. If that's the case, yeah, obviously, I wouldn't put it past having real worms that are like maggots or something like that were in the hardware that died. As far as malware, though, that would be an instant death. And I'm curious because a lot of people I see people all the time throwing out accusations all the time, but we got to have solid proof for some of this stuff. Can't just say it and then think it's real. They released it too late and killed it. Rachie, yeah, they would need a new CPU to be up to date. Yeah. So the 1X Player 2 has the new 7000 series. The INEO 2S has the new 7000 series. That's what they're all doing here, is just catching up. I will have to respect 1X Player. I don't feel like they release nearly as many pieces of hardware as INEO does. INEO, that's where I kind of get caught up. But I do like the Con. It is the only one that has a trackpad, so it's got my interest. Oh yes, Lumkey. I did see the guy that did the 32 gigabyte RAM upgrade for their Steam Deck. If I can find modules for it, maybe I'll upgrade my other Steam Deck, and then if I like it enough, I'll swap the main board out. I don't know. I would potentially try the 32 gigabyte RAMs in the Steam Deck. I actually think the Steam Deck could use a lot more memory. I don't know how well that works with how they're optimizing the Steam Deck, Valve is, but yeah. Wolf, wait. What? I thought they shipped the Loki already. That's BS. I want one so bad. I don't think you want a Loki. Why would you want the Loki? What does it benefit? I don't see. I've kind of been a little bit of a naysayer with the Loki, but they don't even have. Look at this. This is not good. They don't have a favicon. I don't consider them a good business in the sense of trusting that they're going to do right by you for years to come. At least INEO does a little bit more than that. They're still a little special with it. 1X Player, though, yeah. So yeah, low-key, albeit it's not bad, it's lost my trust a ton. The Loki is cute and small. Well, I know my puppy is cute and small, but yeah, no, but seriously, like you can get something super similar. It's got, I just don't see it being unique, and it's old. I think they're gonna be doing. Oh, is this what everyone was talking about? I jump back and forth. I do apologize. It's got the 6000 series. Yeah, maybe they're upgrading to the 7. I'd be surprised if they didn't because it's already it's dead. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't get released. They're updating the Odin. I heard that they're coming out with a new Odin. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't trust Ein. Viesta, how's it going? I used CSS Loader Desktop. My Steam looks awesome now. Nice. You can, with CSS, you can do a lot of different things because that's how Steam is drawn or like themed. It's what it's built on a CSS. It's just HTML, CSS. Viesta, speaking of puppies, I got a Mastiff Bullweiler puppy recently. Nice. Congrats on that, dude. Puppies are the best if you get them trained. Don't forget to train them. They're like kids. If you don't train them, you're just going to... I'm not going to say that. That sounds horrible. You got to work with them and raise them properly. Make sure they don't pee in the house and all that. So, yeah. I think... Okay. Chat. Just say one thing. What is the number one device that you would rather have than the Steam Deck? Put it in the chat right now. INEO. You can be any of these devices. INEO, GBD, 1X player. You can do Ion if you want. You can do maybe ROG Ally. And there's also some new, I think, people coming in. I will say... Maybe I should do a rating. Maybe I'll do some investigations on these two companies and do a video on that sometime. Need to get CoffeeZilla on some of this. I don't think they're that bad, but yeah. Calt67, love my Steam Deck. Go Valve. Anwar, welcome. Good morning. Do you think this is worth it to sell my Steam Deck and buy an RO? I don't think it is right now. Let them figure out a couple more bugs, and I just don't know. I'm hearing more and more, like some people are, you could ask, I believe, I believe Quiltzer, he did that, and I think he's happy with it, but you could ask him here. But I wouldn't recommend it at this point, unless you want more power. ROG Ally for Jesse's tech channel. Raichi, right now I'm having super fun with the Data Frog SF 2000, best $15 ever spent. Dude, nice. Asus Ally for Brandon, AK Chad. Viesta, between ROG Ally and 1X Player. Nice. John Richards, to be determined, Steam Deck is still my jam. Nice. So you're pretty content, which is awesome. Deck Cyborg, mine would be Kun. There's no other device that has my attention. Yeah, I could hear that, Deck Cyborg. Lomkey, I say get something that you can get your hands on. Yeah. I honestly might try to see if I could find a used ROG Ally for a good deal. Calt67, I don't trust Asus. I mean, I would trust them more than any of these other companies. They at least have a national brand that they have to protect somewhat. So, that's me. Yeah. These are such weird designs. It could be worse though. Yeah. Albeit I think the 1X Player 2, the newest one, is a little too flashy. I really do like it. It'd be distracting though. I do like that the controllers are removable. At the end of the day, I don't know if the support is great for 1X Player 2 yet. I do think they had a really good device, though, that I think, and the screen size and everything else, I do think it beats INEO. John Richards, I've just been digging into the Linux OS mode capabilities on my channel. Nice. The mode capabilities. What Linux mode capabilities is that? Now I'm kind of curious. Got my attention. Let's see here. What? Yeah, so projects like that. That's what. So I have a lot of projects like hardware and some software projects we'll be doing. I will also be, including Susie's building her whatever. She's also going to be so next week, next stream is going to be building Susie's computer in the sense of we're going to go online and look for parts and everything. We're going to part everything together. Potentially we'll buy it within the next week or two after doing that, potentially. And so don't miss out on next week's stream, of course, as that will be really fun. I'm shooting for like a semi-budget friendly AMD system that's going to be like between $1,000 to $2,000. So we'll see. Maybe we should do a contest. I'm horrible with contests, but I will because it's once again the forgetting and all that. That's why I try to use services to do contests. I want to do a contest for a hat too. I still want to find a baller hat that fits me. If someone can find like the perfect hat for me, I will buy them a hat too. Also, the same hat, the matching hat, like the whole thing I did a year ago. Also, with Susie's thing, maybe we'll do like a. She has a lot of different interests, but if there's like something that, we'll see. Maybe we'll do a contest with it. Meaning like if we find the perfect themed keyboard, mouse, or whatever, I'll do a giveaway or something with it. I'll give it away to you so she doesn't get it. Coolzer, a great company, just because they recently stumbled on their motherboards doesn't make them untrustworthy. Yeah, no, Asus doesn't deserve the hate. People have a couple of bad instances, or you have YouTubers that need to report on it and need good content, and so they'll go a little. Even me, sometimes I will blast things a little heavier than I should sometimes. That being said, I think Asus does have some stuff to fix. Gordon Slayer back. Gondorian Slayer back. Had to reinstall my driver after update. Yeah. John Richards currently working on how to use OBS from the Steam Deck. Oh, that is. So one of the long-term peeps in the community, Hi, could get it to work. Sorry, I'm tired. He got it to work, just not perfect. OBS, albeit is an amazing piece of software, it is very convoluted. Gondorian Slayer, I wonder how long till it be Linux handhelds come out. Oh, yeah. INEO is supposed to be working on them. A bunch of these companies are supposed to be working on them. Raichi, yeah, I have a deck, but it's just way too big. A PC with between the size of the Switch and the Switch Mini with decent performance. You're going to probably... maybe the low keys might work out for you. You also have the Fly, and then if you really want a smaller screen deck kind of thing, well, it wouldn't be this. You wouldn't have a trackpad, but the INEO's Airs, the new Airs coming out, and that might be for you. Raichi, Cat Smith, for you, you'll be in the middle camping. Good luck on the camping. I just did that Monday, and I did not sleep well. I also have 2 kids, though. Jesse's Tech channel. I've had my ROG Ally for 6 days, and I wasn't expecting to like it more than the deck, but to be able to download and play Game Pass online and Call of Duty has in 1080 has been excellent. So would you say you like it more or not? I honestly wouldn't mind getting our ROG Ally, but there's just, yeah. Lomkey, the Ally so far, what I've been saying is half people have problem, other half have no problems at all. No one knows what's the SD card problem yet. I'm pretty sure they're pretty sure that it's an overheating issue. Like it's getting too hot, and memory when it gets too hot doesn't do well. There's other things it could be, but that's from my understanding what it is. I could be wrong though. Wolf can do the contest. There you go. I think you do, Wolf. I do think you have almost everything to do it. Yeah, we'll talk about it, Wolf, later. John Richards working on doing a remote live stream project from the woods using the Steam Deck. That is cool, John Richards. That's awesome. Make sure to do something scary, and so we will be during the Halloween season. We're going to be use the Steam Deck or a portable device in the woods kind of contest again. If you can get footage or do something fun about it and get the submissions in, I will be doing a giveaway. And honestly, I want to make it even bigger. I want to do like maybe one big giveaway. We'll be doing like an INEO con or something. I'm just kidding. But we'll be doing something fun. I really want to make that a really fun contest. So make sure to, maybe you'll have some good footage, John, to especially a little extra spooky. Might be good. In fact, I have an image. Maybe I'll have to post onto social or something you guys will have to see of me using it recently with my camping trip with the Steam Deck, that is, in the dark. Raichi, but Asus problem is how they wanted to trick people into avoiding their warranties. Did they open it up though? Or trick? I hear this. I don't know. I'm a little skeptical. I'm sure Valve does a really good job of adhering to their warranties really well. Or honestly, they do much better with their warranties. Gondorian Slayer, too bad 1X player is expensive to buy. Yeah. The 1X player is expensive. It's, how much is it again? Man, these companies, they really need to show their prices. Is this the new 1X Player 2 Pro? That's right. Yeah, you're right. That is too pricey. And that's probably what they have to sell it at because the way, development and the way everything is. Yeah. Always forget about that. And I don't really need this type of capability. I like it. I don't need it. What I like it for is this. Meaning like, detached. But if you're going out to, let's say, go on a trip and all that, which I potentially might be doing more of with my work, this is just like the Switch. It's essentially just the Switch design. I like it a lot. I actually think the Steam Deck 2 would be awesome if it had removable controllers. One, you're easier to swap out with new accessories and new just a bunch of different things. It helps the accessory market, which helps build up, I think, the Steam Deck community and all that. I do think that is pricey, though. Yeah, maybe I'll probably... There's a good chance I'll just be getting an ROG Ally. I just feel like it's kind of run its course a little bit. Gondorian Slayer, I would get 1X Player in a heartbeat, maybe one day. Quiltzer, Valve only has 2 hardware products. Asus has hundreds. Yes. And Valve doesn't make their money off the hardware products. So, yeah. I mean, that's a good call out, Quiltzer. At the same time, though, it definitely looks good, but it also makes people a little self-entitled when they're like, well, I broke my deck or my ROG Ally. Steam would have, or Valve would have replaced it. Why won't Asus? Well, I mean, if you broke it or if there's like, people lie all the time. They won't make any money if they keep on replacing everyone's issues that is not provable. That it wasn't them. Like the user. Gondorian Slayer, it has everything you need, plus build quality is good, I hear. Yeah, I hear the same thing. I've heard both. But yeah. Yep. I don't know. It's hard. It makes it really hard. I think that's why the ROG Ally is doing so well. In fact, the ROG Ally is done amazingly well. I would be surprised if they don't come out on top on that one. But we'll see. They've sold a lot. But, yeah. I had one, too. I was supposed to be able to get it, and I just couldn't get it. Okay, guys. Necrosphere, Valve did it best with posting Steam Deck pricing on the buy page, unlike these Chinese tech companies. Yeah. they're not good marketing pages. But it might not be bad marketing or SEO or whatever it is for maybe the Chinese market. Maybe this is how they think or work. Sometimes you have to think regionally too when building things. They need to hire, I think, a little bit better designers. It's not bad. It's just kind of all over the place, and they need to do a better job of selling me. Gondorian Slayer, Valve is partnering with GameStop. That's what I hear. I'll see it I'll believe when I see it. Coolter. It's not the hardware, but what you do with it. Us Ally users would be very interested in you putting SteamOS on it, or yes, Sewer Light Windows. Yeah, there you go. Maybe I'll do that. The thing is, the ROG Ally I'm not against it. I like it. I've been a proponent. I've actually been pro Ally for almost the time I saw it, with a few exceptions, of course. We'll see. I really wish I would have been able to get it right when it first came out to do some content on it. Jesse's Tech Channel, you really can't beat the price to performance for the Ally. It's got one of the best, and the warranty and all the other stuff. Like, if it doesn't work, if things break, yeah. And I can do a video pissing everyone off. Like, hey, look, I fixed the SD card issue. Don't use the SD card slot. Where I've been a huge proponent of the SD card in the Steam Deck. People are going to murk me. Ooh, Viesta. I want to commit VR handheld. Ooh, that's another one I want to do a lot of. I know. So, someone, who was it? They did a video. It was ETA Prime did a video on the VR, and I don't think his video did as well as some of his other ones. I was debating Asus ROG, the 599. I'd get the more expensive one. It's quite a bit more powerful. Yeah, before we get done and go over to Twitch, let's look at this real quick.
Hey guys, Taki here.
I'm so jealous that he has one. That's what happens when you have a really good channel that does this.
It's been over a year since the Steam Deck launch, and we've seen all kinds of competitors hit the market to try to grab a piece of the pie, but we've never seen one
I can't
like
hear my
this.
speakers are turned off.
This is Ioneo's biggest handheld, and the resemblance between it and the Deck is so striking that I'm opting to call this the Steam Deck Ultra. In this video, we're going to do a first impressions look at this beast, as well as a direct comparison between it and the Steam Deck. So we're going to kick things off with the unboxing experience, since I have to imagine a lot of the cost of this thing is going to go towards the entire packaging process. Just for the record, this is the Ayaneo Kun, which is how the name is pronounced in Chinese. It's also a popular word in Japanese, but I'm just going to call it the Big Fish, which is what the name means in Chinese. Or I'll call it the Ayaneo-chan, which is a popular meme name for this device right now. So this is the box that it comes in. This is the most extra packaging that I've ever seen in this market. Here's the inner tackle box in all its glory. We're going to slide off the sleeve,
good.
And then we can slide off the clear top. Under that, we have a picture of a mountain, and then we have these two sections. I didn't look at this one yet, but in my mind, this is based on an old style of Chinese books. I've only ever seen these in museums. Under that, we have a few other goodies. Inside this square box, we have a charger. Turns out this thing is a 100-watt GAN charger. Oh, wow. Usually I don't use their chargers, but this one actually looks pretty nice. We have two USB
destroys
Type-A ports
the valve,
and two
like the
USB
Steam Deck's
Type-C
charger.
ports. The last two boxes
Once
hold
again, though,
adapters for this charger. And
it is going to cost more, though, and this device is already looking pretty premium.
that just leaves us with this last flap, which has the device itself.
Yeah, the box is not $100. The box, they probably have a service over in China. The box probably costs like $10 to make.
Before we go any
That's a
further
lot
into this
for
video,
packaging,
let's talk about the specs and the pricing of this guy. This device is powered by the same 7840U that is making the rounds all over the place right now. The big take.
Yeah.
Takeaway this time around is that this device has a max TDP of 54 watts. We still have the same Radeon 780M, and we should be able to max it out with a small
Deck Cyborg wants to sell a kidney to get it.
overclock.
It looks like if Microsoft made a portable device in some ways. It's got the Xbox Pro controller, like D-pad.
54 watt TDP. The review unit that I have came with 32 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM running at 6400, but I've already changed it to 7500 in the BIOS. It also came with a 2 terabyte SSD, but I've swapped that out for a 1 terabyte drive from my INEO2S. The screen in the Big Fish is huge.
Interesting.
It's an 8.4 inch 1600p display with a max brightness of 700 nits and refresh rate support for 35 to 60 hertz. The last big thing that we have here is a massive 75 watt-hour battery that easily takes the cake over every other handheld that's on the market right now. But now it's time to come back to Earth to talk about the price. How much will it cost to hook the Big Fish? I don't have an answer for that because they haven't told me, but Aya did say that this will be the most expensive device that they've ever sold. I read a comment from someone that said it would be a miracle. Answer for that because they haven't told me, but Aya did say that this will be the most expensive device that they've ever sold. I read a comment from someone that said...
Yeah, it sounds like some of you guys might be right. This is going to be like a $1,500 device.
It would be a miracle if this device sells for $900, but I think it would be a miracle if you divide the retail price by 2 and end up with a 3-digit number. There's no way this beast is going to be cheap, so it's just a question of how many Steam Decks it will cost to get one. My guess is 3 to...
Look at that. It has a camera right there. Oh, I don't know if you can see I don't think you can see my it's right there. You can see it right by the left joystick. That is a camera. That's actually really cool. That's going to make it so the security a little bit better.
4 512 gigabyte Steam Decks. This thing has a ton of controls going on, so we're going to go over all of them because they're not all intuitive just from looking at this. We are going to start on the left side.
We're not going to watch the whole thing, so don't worry.
Under that, we have a camera for Windows Hello. Honestly, I would just put tape over this, or I would just disconnect this internally because this is not something that I need. Then...
I do think it's kind of funny when people put tape over stuff. That's all. That's fine, though.
We have a joystick with L3 functionality. Change the options for the trackpad. I'm assuming like on the deck. We don't have a whole be a microphone right here, so this would mean that we have dual mics, which I'm assuming is for noise cancellation, just like on the deck. We don't have a whole lot of stuff going on when it comes to the back. We have a set of back buttons. These are smaller than they are on the deck, and it is noticeable.
I don't like how small they are.
Over the shell, and they're mapped to the face buttons by default. You can't customize them with the current software, but they do have plans to do that in the future.
The kickstand is awesome.
On the sides, you'll see that we have this kind of piece that can come off here on the grip. Aya hates visible screws on their devices, but they don't bother me, and I don't know how many of you guys worry about this stuff. These hide some of the screws that keep this back shell in place, but...
Okay, Fiesta, I like the kickstand on the Nintendo Switch. If you break your kickstand, okay, rant time a little bit. How's it flimsy? It doesn't need to hold much up. If you're putting a lot of weight on it and it breaks, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but if you think that kickstand is flimsy and is, I just don't use it. You don't need to pop it out or anything. But it's not that flimsy. It can hold up the weight. This will obviously be flimsy too, and I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that big a deal.
But I would be kind of worried if the clips that hold these in place ever get damaged from a fall or something like that. I've already taken this apart to swap out the drive that was in here with the one that was in enough to do that. But
sorry, I want
that 75 watt-hour battery.
I heard that there's a secret under this.
And the device does feel close to being balanced right in the center. That leaves us with the kickstand. It's kind of thin. It can hold the device up. I don't know if I would want to play the device with the stand because it's not that rigid or strong enough to do that, but it is a good option.
It's not meant to do that, I don't think. It's more or less like, I guess you can if your hands get tired, rest it, but I don't know. I don't think that's what it's meant for.
To set this down on a table, if you wanted to use an external controller, since this screen is so big. There's an SD card slot right under the stand that you can also use to expand your storage.
Yep.
There is one thing about this device that I've been told not to film because it's secret at this point. When it's disclosed in the future, you'll be able to rewatch this section and realize what it was that I wasn't able to film by checking what I didn't film too closely. In this section, I just want to do a head-to-head comparison.
Now it makes me want to hunt it down. Let's see here.
They are.
It's the top, right? He didn't show much of the top, did he? So we got USB-C, a USB 4. We got these 2 click buttons. We got a touch pad. What are they called? Essentially, it unlocks with your fingerprint. Yeah, fingerprint scanner power button. Volume knocker, and yeah.
A full-size Type A port and a big exhaust for the combo power.
Sorry, I'm kind of like now curious because was it when you removed the back plating? Sorry, we're going to be done soon. I'm not going to bore you guys any longer. Maybe, no. Oh, well. I'm kind of curious. What do you guys think? Coulter, why does anyone need security on a gaming device unless you're using it as a desktop replacement? There should be no sensitive information on your gaming device. That's not necessarily true. There's certain people in here, I'm not going to call them out, right now watching that potentially might have incriminating stuff on there. Like nothing like illegal, but I not want people to jump into their device and play those types of games. On top of that, credit card information, potentially sensitive stuff. I think it goes a little overboard. Like, depending on how much it costs, from my understanding, it doesn't cost that much more to put some of that stuff on there. I do like the camera, though. Weirdly enough, I do actually like the camera. In fact, I prefer the camera unlocking than I do the fingerprint scanner. I think it's useful, but at the same time, I don't use them that much. I understand why other people like them. Yes, Lumpy. Yeah, this is like a premium Steam Deck, essentially. It's the back plate. Okay. Maybe they're going to be swappable for probably different colors, almost guaranteed. I do wish it had an Oculink, but I don't think Ioneo's been doing that. I think GBD WinMax, the GBD brands have been doing the Oculink. I think there's been another brand that's done it. Is it Ioneo? Might have been. I don't know. I would like to see Ioneo, though. Or Ioneo and some of these other brands use Oculink. Deck Cyborg, maybe you can take one of the plates off and hook up an eGPU. That's what I'm kind of thinking also. Deck Cyborg, we'll see, though. USB 4 is already going to be compatible with it. Oculink is what I want to see, personally. Coulter, credit cards aren't stored in wallets, only a digital key, but people could get into it, maybe buy some games if you don't have a good security. There's reasons why I can see. You're not wrong, Coulter, but you're also like, there's also reasons to have security. Number one game of culture. Necrosphere, I'll stick it. The Steam Deck and people store your on their Steam Decks. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Need to get a little thirsty. Asus Ally only works with their own stuff. Yes, I know. But it works really well. So I know people aren't the biggest fan of that, and even me, like, it's kind of make me a little hesitant to get the ROG Ally because I want to, that's why I'm saying the Oculink. I want to get an Oculink dock or GPU and do that whole thing and do a whole segment on that. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, guys. We are running our time. This is, it's really hard. I don't know which one to choose, but we'll have a lot of projects in the near future. Make sure to check out next week's stream where we're going to shop for Suzie a new computer so that she can stream and do all her fun stuff on her computer if she wants. Also, thank you guys for the donations, everything. I mean, I do talk about buying a lot of stuff, but I also use a lot of my own personal money to do this to make sure that there's good content and all that. And so, yeah, I mean, donations are always welcome. And also just watching or becoming a member. Honestly, the best thing that people could do is become members. And I will try to make sure there's even more premium content in the near future. Thank you guys. Let's see. Deck Cyborg, the con really is what I hope that Valve takes a lot of the cues from, and it comes in the deck too. Yeah, I agree with that. Cool, sir. There will be an Asus X-Link bootleg adapter soon enough. Yeah, I bet you're right on that one, cool, sir. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Check me out over at twitch.tv/th3brink. I didn't talk about Baldur's Gate, did I? Well, I'm going to go play Baldur's Gate over that, so that maybe that's how this is going to go. I really want to play Baldur's Gate. I have that FOMO going on. I'm going to go over there. You can check me out playing that, and we can chat some more over there. See you guys in about 5 minutes if you go over to twitch.tv and see me there. Peace out. Later. I didn't do it right. Later. Peace.